Hello and welcome to my King of Games deck profile. So I haven't played this game in about 9 months, but I heard that a Gorgonic Guardian was coming to Duel Links, so I decided to come back. I did play Triamids before, late last year. It was the balance build with Power Sync Stone, and this was before the balance skill was nerfed, so it was pretty crazy. Now that it was nerfed, I did play around with it still, but like it does make your deck very consistent. But not being able to activate monster effects or special summon on the first turn, or turn 2 if you're going second, is a pretty big downside. So I decided to go with the Harpy's Hunting Ground build. So I'm gonna, this is just proof that it was King of Games. I'll just go to the deck editor so you can see it more easily. Okay. So yeah, the skill I used was Harpy's Hunting Ground. Some people use other field spell skills like Power of the Dark, but I think this one's actually the best, like strictly better than all the other ones, because basically when you're playing against Harpies, and if they go first, this field spell affects them, even if you're Harpy's Hunting Ground. So basically when they normal and special summon, they're forced to destroy their own spell and traps. So they'll have to destroy their own Harpy's Hunting Ground, basically. Which is nice, because it's very annoying that they can target one of your spells and traps every time they summon something. So yeah, into the deck itself, we got one Sphinx, big boy, self-explanatory, lots of attack, hits hard, makes them attack him. Need to be careful with the attack here, just make sure you read this carefully and managing your resources in your graveyard, because it affects the attack and defense of the Sphinx. But yeah, very powerful card. I'm playing 2 Master here. This was kind of just how I had it before. It's not really a reason to have 2 Master, 2 Dancer versus 1 Master, 3 Dancer. If anything, I think 3 Dancer might be better because of Gorgonic Guardian, basically. But Master is pretty good, obviously, the highest attack, and I found myself using the other effect more often this season than the last time I played. Just targeting one set card on the field is pretty nice. So yeah, Master's good. At least play 1, obviously. 3 Hunter, giving you 2 normal summons is too crucial not to play 3 of, so you gotta play 3. 2 Dancer. I used Dancer a lot more this season than last time, because I played more patiently, basically, and was more aggressive before, but recycling your resources is pretty important with Dancer, so yeah, and being level 3 is a bonus. So for the field spells, we have 3 Cruiser, that is self-explanatory, lets you search. 3 King Golem, this card is just amazing. Being able to shut down all battle effects, and you can even use it to do other stuff, like, for example, attacking with your Sphinx, and then when they can't do anything, you activate Treacherous Trap Hole, or you activate Gorgonic Guardian. You can do so much with it. This also makes it very easy to climb through the lower ranks. I actually started at Silver 1 this season, because I hadn't played for the last 9 months, and then at the end of last month I started playing again. Got to Silver, and yeah, but this made it very easy, because everybody's playing garbage, like Power of the Guardians and whatnot, Drowning Mirror Force. You just tear right through them with it. I think it's even better in lower ranks than playing Dragoonity or other OTK decks. It just destroys them. Fortress. The last time I went to COG with Triamids, I only played 1. Or I played 2 for half of it, but then by the end I cut it down to 1. But I think 2 is much better here, especially this season. People are playing Lightning Vortex, Gaga Bolt, Legionnaire, all those effects that destroy your monsters. And a lot of people just don't read it. I don't know what it is. Even in Legend, your opponents they'll summon Levianeer. You already have Fortress on board, and then they attempt to destroy both of your monsters that are on board. Like, why? Are you dumb? So yeah, nobody reads it, which is nice. Well, half of players don't read it. Some people do. And it also has another effect, which is important to remember. Recycling a Triamid monster in your graveyard, it does come up. Sometimes you do want to add like your Sphinx back to hand, especially, but yeah, you could want to add any of the other ones as well. One treacherous trap hole here. I just had one open spot for a trap, so I decided to put like a high impact one. Some people will play like Fiendish, or maybe they'll play like 2 treacherous, 2 pulse, but I want to have 3 pulse definitely, because you always want to have this, especially for more grindy games. Being able to special summon your own rock type monster in your graveyard is just very valuable. I never used the third effect. I don't think. No, not once this season. That's pretty much useless. But the first 2 are obviously huge. The first one being a quick effect lets you destroy like key field spells that your opponent's using, and it also works with King Golem. You attack with King Golem, and then target one of their monsters and destroy it. So yeah, very good card for Duel Links, relatively speaking. The TCG is trash. This whole archetype is like unplayable garbage in the TCG, but in Duel Links it's at least decent. The other thing with Treacherous that I don't really like is that you have to have no traps in your graveyard. And unfortunately, a lot of your opponents are going to be playing like MST, so what I do is I actually kind of worked out was set Treacherous first, so it's in the middle, because your opponent's always going to go for that first, like pretty much every time. So if you have both of these, you set Treacherous first, and then Pulse. So if they have MST and they destroy this, at least your Pulse is still alive. Whereas if they destroy your Pulse, then your Treacherous is not live, and you have nothing. Yeah, if there's anything else for the main deck, I think that's pretty much it. Move on to the extra deck. Most of the extra deck doesn't matter that much. Trishula is like, this never came up, but if you get like triple Floodgated or something, this is your only way to clear the board, so that's nice. Abyss Dweller, used it like one time. The thing is, you rarely want to go into rank 4. You're usually not going to have 2 masters on board. You're much more likely to be able to go into a rank 3 here. This is totally optional. Malevolent Sin, I don't think I used it a single time. I just had it there, so I didn't have anything else to put, so I just put it there just on the 0.01% chance that it comes up. Guardian. Now this one is an amazing card in this deck. I do have 2 of them that came up only like once, twice, but you really just need 1. I would definitely recommend getting it. Being able to activate during the damage step is huge. So, like for those that don't know, there are like multiple parts to the battle phase. There's like the battle step, there's the damage step, there's damage calculation. And once you go to the damage step, only certain cards and effects can be activated. So for example, one that cannot be activated is like Photon Strike Bouncer. Because of how it's worded, there's like some weird rules, like only cards that negate activations can be activated on the damage step, and Photon Strike Bouncer negates effects, so it can't be. So basically what I'm saying is you can summon Guardian, you can turn your toggle on, you just go to battle phase, even if you don't have King Golem, you can just attack the Bouncer, and just wait until it says enter the damage step, then you activate Gorgonic Guardian, and you can't respond with Bouncer. So it's like really nice. But aside from the damage step, you can also just use it with King Golem. If you have a Sphinx on board, you can attack with Sphinx, and then they can't do anything, so you just activate Guardian and set one of their monsters to 0 and do a bunch of damage with it. So yeah, this is a really nice card. I don't have much more to say about it. The other thing is you can also banish it with Triamid Pulse. Since it's a rock type monster, that's a bonus. It does gain attack due to King Golem, so that puts it at 2100. Yeah. And then when I was digging for Guardian, I happened to pull Acid Golem. Never ended up using this. Guardian is just way better in like every situation. Oh, by the way, the other thing I forgot to mention, because it can be activated in the damage step, if your Guardian's set, like if they Book of Moon it, this happened like once or twice, they Book of Mooned my Guardian, but then they tried to attack it. During damage calculation, you can, like, when your Guardian flips over, you can actually activate it and change your opponent's attack to 0. So they just take 1200 damage, and then Guardian stays alive. So it's another nice thing you can do. Ghost Trick Alucard, I think if you have this monster, you should play it in this deck. It came up like once. But I mean, the effect is nice, I guess. You can force out a set card, and then if you have like guaranteed game in hand, that's pretty nice. Very rare. Obviously, you don't need it, but it's nice to play if you have it. There are other rank 3s. There's like the Spirit of the Mountain or something. I just don't have those cards, so I just played the cards that I do have. Organic Guardian by far is the most important. And I do think it's worth going into the box just for this card if you're playing Triamids. You just need fun, really. Okay, let's get into our first match here. So this was me against a Joey deck. At first I thought it was going to be Yosenju's or something, because they sometimes play the Fields of Warriors skill. As it turns out, they're actually just playing Triamids, which I don't really get. I think that the Harpies Hunting Ground skill is better because of the Harpies matchup. It forces them to destroy their own field spell, basically. But whatever, it's playing Triamids here. It tends to be a pretty long and grindy matchup, as you can expect. And basically whoever misplays first loses. So, start off pretty standard here. I'm going to take out his Hunter. Doesn't really matter if he puts up King Golem here, it's still not going to let him get to Sphinx. And it would also boost my Master. It applies to both sides of the field. So yeah, now Master's at 2800. If he has a Sphinx, it's not going to be able to activate. So take it out. Fast turn there. I want to get Dancer on board as soon as possible so I can get my search for the next turn. Okay, so he comes out with his Sphinx early. So this, I believe, is a mistake. This is what cost him. You gotta be careful about bringing out Sphinx. You only want to do it when you're pushing for game, really. So you get some good damage there, but didn't know that I had mine. And now I get a search. Which means another level 3. So I can actually go into Guardian. Just in case he had Pulse or Treacherous Pole. I don't know what he had set. Use anything, so maybe it's just a luck. So went into Guardian here. Now he's pretty much screwed. So I need to use a Organic Guardian before trying to enter the battle phase because he can do King Golem. I'm going to use it now and then attack for 5,000 in case he didn't have anything set. So that's why I won that one. And this is going to be a longer match against Magnets. Since they're also level 3 and rock based, they can also go into Organic Guardian. So I have an interesting opening hand here. Both of my traps, pretty rare. You get both of them and just one of each. Or just one pulse. So I set both here. Feeling pretty good about this. I didn't know he was playing Magnets. It could be anything. When it's just Yami Yugi, it could be playing like Lunar Lights also, which is a pain. So I just pop Beta right here. So I force it out since I have another field spell in hand. This is a really good effect to use. Comes in handy a lot. So he has Kiteroid. Great. Didn't expect that one, but you insist. Playing cards like that against Triamids is pretty useless. So he's going into Guardian here. I kind of low-key forgot that he could do that, but that's fine. Yeah, but maybe I should have waited to see if he would use the second effect and have Fortress up, but whatever. So now I have a Dancer. That's cool, he can negate it. But he had to use both of them, and he didn't really get that much from it. I still have 2 bodies on board. So he needs to get out his big boss monster to destroy my shit. That's basically his only chance. So here I just search off Sphinx, just in case he gets it out. There he is. Berserkion. Okay, since it's an ignition effect, I can respond before he gets to pop my cards. So I'm just going to destroy it, and you'd have to, because of how it's worded, when it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target 1 each of those 3 monsters. You'd have to target exactly 3, and he only had 1 zone unoccupied, so he couldn't do that. Okay, I mean, still could go either way. He tries to attack me there with his Delta. I don't know why I did that. Maybe grind game? You thought he could last longer? I don't know. He's just trying to delay, but his Guardian's in attack position, so... And by the way, this is an interaction that you need to know. When you have both Guardian and Sphinx on the field, this can help you OTK a lot. You need to attack with Sphinx in order for King Golem's effect to be live. So it's only if a Triamid monster battles that they can't activate any cards or effects. So I just declare attack with Sphinx, and that's game, because I just activate Guardian, set it to 0, 3000 damage, guaranteed. There we go, it was more of a grindy game, but it's pretty good. Here is a considerably less exciting one, but also grindy, and you do need to know how to play these kinds of matchups. It's a trap spammer. One of my least favorite types of decks to go against. This one's the Tellarknight trap spam. So I didn't exactly know what the deck did. I've only played against like once or twice, but kind of forgot that he had a counter trap. But it's okay. So I'm going to go for my 2 normal summons here. Try to activate Dancer, he negates it. I don't know if that's the right decision there, but Fiendish Chain, whatever. Okay, so now he goes with his level 4 spam on the board. So now I activate Hunter and then Chain. You don't have to do it like this, but it's just what I felt like doing. Destroy the Fiendish Chain so it goes through. And I searched a Cruiser because I have another field spell in hand. So here I search for the Master to pop some back row, if I remember correctly, but he floodgates it. I want to pop the Master here because I don't want my field to become clogged. The only way to really unclog it is to go into Trishula, and then I have to banish 3 of my monsters. It's not fun. So now he has another counter trap. Great. What am I supposed to do there? And now Endless Trap out. Now I know that he has, for a fact, that he has the counter trap. So I need to be careful about that. And that is activatable in the damage step. So, but not if I have King Golem live. So, let's play this carefully. So I just let him attack me here. I want to wait before committing anything to board. Then I summon Hunter, because it has lower defense. I didn't want them to destroy my battle. So I just waited until after they damaged me a little bit. That's fine. So luckily I top decked another one. So go into Alucard. This is like the one time Alucard is useful. So I'd force out the counter trap. That's fine if he destroys it. That is not going to help him win. I just summon my Hunter again. This is just patience here. Obviously I can't go for game here, so I need to play the grand game. So he goes into his level 4. Just get into the search. Now I get my Sphinx. Only now, turn 7, I'm searching the Sphinx. Which is fine. I only have 500 life points, but, you know. Doesn't have any piercing damage, luckily, so. Now I summon the Hunter again instead of trying to pop his stuff. That wouldn't really help. Okay, Guardian. Now I use this damage step interaction that I showed before. Or not damage step, the King Golem interaction. Deal a lot of damage. Now he's not in a good spot. So he's trying to go into Deltaros. I was waiting for him to do that. I don't know why it took him so long, but now he goes into it. Now he targets my Sphinx. I target Guardian, and of course he has another counter trap. Great. Now he special summons. He thinks he has game, but of course I can do that. Now, well, Fiendish Chain, and he loses on time, but I mean, there's no way he was going to win that one. I could just pop the Fiendish Chain or do like pretty much anything. The Pulse would just win it for me. So it does help a lot in the grand game. Okay, so here's the next one. This one's against Gaia. This is a very tough matchup. Especially going second, because they can just pop your stuff. I mean, they just disrupt your normal summon, but the key to winning this, and really your only chance to winning it, is to bait out their interruptions. So that is what I tried to do here. So he has a pop here, and then he has a set card. So I'm like 90% sure I'm going to lose this, but I'll try it since I have Cruiser and King Golem in hand and 3 monsters. That's pretty nice. So I forced that out. Karma Cut. Ugh. God, I hate that card. That is one of this deck's worst enemies. So I can use King Golem to summon. And clearly he doesn't know what I'm going for, because I summon Guardian here, and then he panics. I don't think he realizes that Guardian has a quick effect, so he tries to pop it immediately, and then boom. Then I use its other effect to destroy it. Then just activate Cruiser just in case. He just tries. I want him to destroy it so I can get a search. But I do have a Guardian negate, so he has almost no chance of winning here. He has his field spell, which gives him pretty insane recursion here. This is an easy negate here, because that's his normal summon. Yeah, so he can't really do anything there. Here I get Set of Pulse, which is perfect. That works for me. So now he is trying to get another search. So now he goes for Dark Flare Dragon. Its effect isn't really going to help him. He's just trying to push for damage here. I'll just take the damage, that's fine. Since he doesn't have his Gaia the Dragon Champion, then I am allowed to activate effects during the battle phase. So Here I just revive the hunter to get a search, and I go into master. It's gonna take a couple, one or two more turns, but pretty much got this in the bag. Here, I have another guardian. It's like one of the few times it came up. I'd say overall it's probably not worth it. Oh, sorry, I ended it this turn, I forgot. Yeah, I just crashed for 100 damage and then went into Sphinx for 3000. Yeah, this is like one of the very few cases where two Guardians comes up. And yeah, that's like the only way you're going to beat Gaia. This is a pretty good match against Cyber Dragons. I think this is an interesting matchup. I don't think it's too bad for Triamids at all. Really, like, they have to set overflow turn 1, then destroy all your stuff. Then you're gonna lose, but luckily I go first here. So he does have fusion support here. So his Cyber Style is live. And this one, I got a little worried here because this effect does not target, so no matter what I went into, you'd be able to destroy that. So I did go into Cruiser because I wanted him. If he's going to destroy something, I want him to destroy that, so I can get a search. But he doesn't. He pops a pulse. That's fine. This card, let him set my, or send my Dancer to the graveyard. But luckily I did have another pulse set. So he has Fusion Gate too, so that's pretty bad for me. So he goes into Rampage Dragon. Tries to pop it. So I just summon Dancer. I don't really care that he popped it. Now I can search Sphinx or anything else. Now he goes goes into Cyber End Dragon. I totally forgot that Fusion Gate is not once per turn. That sucks. So now here I'm pretty sure I'm screwed, but I can still search Sphinx here. He does have piercing damage here, so it's quite a bit. I'm guessing he didn't attack with Rampage Dragon because he thought I could go into Fortress, which I could, sure. Whatever. So he attacks with Cyber End Dragon first. Then I can summon Sphinx here. So now I still haven't won. I need a good top deck, and I do get it. The pulse is exactly what I needed, so boom. I'm just gonna wait to use the pulse until he goes to battle phase, and then as soon as he attacks, destruction. He's done for. Yeah, that was a pretty sweaty game there, but managed to pull it out in the end. And next we have what is perhaps the biggest heartbreak of all time. So this is the Legend 5, and then I'm ranking up, so this is actually to rank up to King of Kings. This was the first COG match I had. Oh my god. I've never been this salty after a duel, I don't think. And I've been salty after plenty of duels, but this is something else. Okay, so a pretty nice hand here. 2 traps, again. But unfortunately I'm playing against Gimmick Puppets, and they can pretty much just ignore the both of my traps here. So I protect from targeting and destruction. So I'm like, oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to outgrind him here. There's no way I'm gonna be able to like OTK here. So here he goes into the strings. And now it can't be targeted or destroyed, so my traps are useless here. Great. At least for the destruction effect. So now he tries to, he goes into this one, which allows him to take control of my hunter, and like obviously I can't let that go through because that's game. So I activate Pulse to pop my own hunter. That's the only player there. I have to hope he doesn't have anything else he can summon, so 3000, whatever. still in it, but it's not looking good. Okay, so then I summon Master here. I draw and discard because I need ammo for the pulse to be able to do anything. So now I summon Hunter back. I'm still in the game here, but it could go south. Here I want to get a search early just in case he... I don't know what he's going for exactly because I don't know the deck too well. Now he's concentrating current, so I'm a little freaked out by that. But here I panic activate. Well, it's not really panic. I just activate Treacherous. It's not going to destroy this one, but can at least destroy the other one. I don't know if that was the right decision. Maybe not, but... So he attacks me here, but I can summon Sphinx here, so he has to attack that. Though he is able to destroy it with 5,000 attack. So he does, but I can summon it back. Still not looking good, and that doesn't really help. I can't do anything here, so yeah, I have to wait for him to do something to start clearing my board in order to do anything, ironically. Okay, so now summons another level 8 here. I thought he was going to try to take control of one of my monsters again, but he's just going for another Puppet of Strings. Okay, so yeah, now he activates that effect. Doesn't really matter. So now I'm running low on time here. I have only, I think, less than 20 seconds at this point. And with this deck, it's easy to run out of time because of all the toggles. So now I have to like really hone in because I have like less than 10 seconds by this time. So I change things to attack. Okay, he has 4,000 life points still, so I need to go for basically a one-shot here. So I think to use Master's Effect to send one of the pulses to pop the other one, or send itself to pop the set pulse, because I need to go into Gorgonic Guardian. That's my only chance here. So, okay, I summon Hunter here, which I'm able to do with my additional normal summon, not my regular normal summon, due to the other Hunter's effect. So I summon that, I go into Guardian, and then I normal summon my actual normal summon on Dancer. I have like less than 5 seconds left now, so I'm like really just panicking. So I activate Dancer. This is so painful to watch. I activate Dancer. I target the field spell. The one decision that would make me not have lethal, because it causes Sphinx to lose 500 and gain 500. If I shuffle the trap or the Hunter, he'd be at 4,000 right now. And then I can attack, and I use Guardian, change it to 0, 3,500 attack, 500 life points left, and I lose on time before I can even hit end turn. This was on a COG rank up match. Oh my god, I was so mad about this dude. But just let this be encouragement. You're probably never going to have a more heartbreaking loss than that one. And I still came back from it, and like 7-8 games later, managed to get COG. So for the final replay, I'll show the actual game that got me COG. It's a pretty good one, actually. It shows more of a grind game, playing against Trapinui, aka like 16 trap cards and 4 Shiranui cards. Okay, so I just do what I can here. Turn 1, there's really no other play. I do have Pulse, that's nice. And of course he triple sets. And now I'm like, ugh. Please don't be Karma Cut. Anything but Karma Cut. So I go into Cruiser. Okay, so then I can search with sending the other Cruiser to Graveyard. Okay, this is nice because I can force out back row. But it's a Floodgate. Okay, fine. It's not the worst. It's better than Karma Cut, so I decided to pop my own hunter here because I don't want, or master here because I don't want the field to get clogged, as I kind of mentioned before in the other replays. So then I search here. Luckily, he's not. There's no like. I'm not reading any delays here, so he's not like. He doesn't have a karma cut or ballista squad or any of that crap. So I'm pretty confident that he has at least one other floodgate and maybe like a drowning mirror force or just two other floodgate travelers. So here a normal summon master, he floodgates it. I mean, okay, dude, you're so good. So I pop it again, same reason. And I'm still, by the way, both of these times I'm choosing not to activate Sphinx because I really don't want Sphinx to get floodgated. Because if that happens here, I can't destroy it before it happens. So it's just gone. The Sphinx is just gone if that happens. So I remained patient here, luckily. Okay, but I decided to attack here because, like, what difference does it make? He's just gonna flip summon or normal summon a level 4 and then synchro anyways. It's better to get it off the board, I think, to threaten damage later on. So he's drawing, and top decks Gozuki. Congrats, dude. Sends Solitaire here. I'm thankful he didn't send Spirit Master. That could have been bad, but it is what it is. So he goes into Plague Spreader. He knows his Pulse, obviously. So now that he attacks, I can safely go into the Sphinx. Not have to worry about Floodgate. And I decided to summon the Master here. At this point, he can Floodgate me, but there's no delay there, so I figured it's like Drowning Mirror Force or something. That's like the only option, really. Which is fine by me. That's does nothing against this deck. So yeah, I use Master to pop it, just in case I was wrong. I wanted to pop it. Yep, it is Drowning Mirror Force. You're really high skilled card, dude. Look at this. So much skill. Then I just normal summon Dancer. He's pretty much screwed now. So I can safely attack this. I decide to destroy the Samurai Saga here. It's like even if he goes into Shogun Saga, that's not a threat to me at all. Luckily, they're not able to really play Sun Saga anymore. That would have been a disaster. So he adds a back of Floodgate Trample, which is fine by me. Okay, I have lethal damage on board. Your Floodgate's not going to do anything, my friend. So here, I'm just activating King Golem because I just need to have that on board. Just in case he has any more bullshit in the battle phase. So he sets 2 here. He attacks me, and then I am able to pop that. Apparently it still activates, so I guess this is technically after the damage set, but I guess that kind of makes sense. Whatever. So here, I didn't know what the other set card was. I knew one of them was Floodgate. So I sent that. Luckily I chose it, the right one, but it doesn't matter. That's not going to do anything. Breakthrough skill is pretty useless here because I still have lethal damage. So I just activate another King Golem because I have it, and then he's like, ugh. And yeah, he's done for. This is a pretty good example of the grind game against Shiranui, Trapinui, how to basically hold your Sphinx. And even though you couldn't really see it in the replay, like reading delays and stuff is very important in matches like this. So yeah, this was my rank up game, and luckily not too long after that horrible loss to the Gimmick Puppet player, I managed to make it to COG. So GG, easy.